They're going to have to scramble and work hard as Jack Miller goes off for a short kick-off.
Jack Miller gets a shot kick-off and it is taken by Goole, so a good start. First possession for Keenan Tomlinson, the man who scored the decisive try in that round in the early stages of this match. Hands are going to Crowther, going there to Williams. Williams short onto Josh Stewlis, who comes back on a good line and dots down under the sticks, so opening up the Goole defence for the first try in this match. 5 minutes in almost, and it is Warrington who go in first, leading 4 points to 0 as that Goole defence just unravels at the wrong time, Brett, after a really solid start.
Yeah, I've been really disappointed with that. I think Andre Sevillo's there.
Coming to the Halliwell Jones Stadium in Warrington.
The play from Bentley there, but yeah, no doubt it was a very good play out the back, and obviously Fearless with a fast feet, cuts on the inside, and unfortunately not worked hard enough there. So George Williams gets into the line really well. So one-on-one miss there from Rutland, and Fearless
Fearless moving off his usual wing into the full-back spot in the absence of Kai Taylor-Ray, and yeah, just the dummy and the speed and just that sliding Goole defence, which is, like we've already mentioned, done really well here. And he adds the 2, so Warrington going to a 6-0 lead about 5.5 minutes into the last tackle coming for the Vikings here. Miller going to the boot once again. Has options to aim for in the corner. It's Cooper Howlett who gets there and darts down. A fantastic take in the air from the Goole Vikings centre, making error at the other end, but coming up with absolutely sensational take in the air, and it is Goole about to potentially be level with a kick to come. Absolutely brilliant, that, Brett.
Yeah, great start. Obviously getting the ball back on the restart, working the way up into the middle channel, and then obviously it's a big man and a little man, and Cooper Howlett's quite a big man at 6'4", 6'5", and just gets over him and scores a lovely try there. And
yeah, it's a fantastic take in the air. We see the kick again, once again, off the boot of Jack Miller, causing Warrington so many problems so far. And yeah, getting above both Smith and Jake Thewlis there. Occasional take in the air from Cooper Howlett, and Miller does add the extras. So it's 6 all 8 minutes in, and we have got a wide Crowther again. Williams space to his left-hand side, ships that wide to Jake Thewlis. Jake Thewlis for the corner, and he will score. So Warrington hit back once again. Try gave it a spectacular finish from the corner, as we've come to expect from Super League sides this season. And once again there, Brett, just the sort of pressure telling and really sort of making use of the first possession in the half to punish Goole following that mistake at the play of the ball.
Yeah, what I would say, 2 errors, 2 tries, and it's very difficult to back that up. A great shift to the right hand side, which was closed out really well by Connor Barley and Jack Miller on the sliding defence there, but coming back on this left side, George Williams digs into the line and got a lead going through, and he's got that short option. He's got out the back, and he's got that long looping ball over the top as well. Probably Goole's defence were a little bit tight there, and giving opportunity to Fearless, he's clearly took it with both hands.
So Ewan Irwin from the sideline, much more difficult kick than the first, but no worries whatsoever for the Warrington Wolves youngster. So Irwin makes it 12.
Quick for him.
Yeah, Warrington's tails up, as you mentioned. Bentley there playing the ball, handing it on quickly. Williams on to Smith, and Smith will slide straight over dummy and Guzdeck. And Josh Smith, signed from the Brisbane Tigers in the off-season, dots down for a third Warrington Wolves try. So 15 minutes in to this Challenge Cup tie, and it is the Wolves now opening up a 14-point lead here, and they will soon be 10-point lead. In fact, soon be 16-6 up with a kick to come under the six. And mentioned already, Brett, sort of you give the Wolves a sniff, and they're gonna really take it for what they can, and now trying to exploit the gaps appearing in this Goole defence.
Yeah, I think you saw the set before there. Jones Williams getting to the line, bumped a couple off, skips across the line, and obviously shows a short ball there to Bentley, which he dropped it there, but turning the ball over in your own 40 there, it's cardinal sin, and they just get an opportunity there, and a really good side, and they're well structured and they know what they're doing, obviously with Sam and Steve McNamara there, and the opportunity, and they're certainly going to take it at this level.
And Ewan Irwin takes the chance once again off the tee. So Goole's defence holding firm at the moment, but it's on their own line once again as Walker goes short to, I think that's Max Wood, who might have crashed his way up from close range, and the try is given by Tara Jones. So it is, yeah, Wood off the bench. Instant impact made, winning that penalty following the strip by Jalen Hodgson on halfway, and he backs it up with a try. Warrington's 4th of this match, and they go into a 22 points to 6 lead with a kick to come. And we've already seen Goole's defence on the line be pretty resolute there, Brett, but it's just a case of potentially one tackle too many there.
Yeah, I just think within that 10 there, it's way too quick. You get a bit of a quick play of the ball there, and then a bit of collision and a bit of movement there around the 9 area. Danny Walker jumps out, and it's a simple try there for Wood, a well-worked try, but yeah, I think they'll be disappointed with that one, the goal.
Yeah, we just get a second look at that, Gus, using the post to his advantage.
We're not doing it well enough for longer periods, but when we go set for set with Warrington, we're looking half decent here, and unfortunately it's just them.
About 10 out from the Goole Vikings line heroes. Walker hands it on again to Geordie Crowther, who is getting close and scoring. So Warrington going quickly set for set, and within 6 tackles of that last try for Max Wood, it is Geordie Crowther crashing his way over from close range off the back of another Danny Walker offload. And we mentioned following the last try, Brett, the sort of impact around the ruck that Williams and Walker in particular are making, and what he's having a bit of a field day at the moment, Danny Walker.
Yeah, I just think he's getting too quick. He's getting way too quick around that sort of middle third of the field, and yeah, Danny Walker stepping out there. He's got some big boys running onto the ball now. Wood's made a big impact since he's been on, but quicker. Obviously, all the emphasis on the attacking side, and it does make it tough, especially when you're defending one set and then another set.
Once again, really breaking through again, has Walker back on his inside, and Danny Walker will dot down under the sticks for a 6th Warrington try in this match. So we just mentioned there, Brett, so solid in defence in the first half of that set goal, but once again that man Max Wood causing the Vikings all sorts of problems, and Williams, Walker as I should say, as any good hooker should, straight back up on the inside to finish.
Yeah, it only takes one little lapse of concentration, and that's what happened there. I think he's gone between 2 players and just found his way through, and then like you say, like every good hooker, just chasing up the middle and in support, and
right in front, Ewan Irwin will make it 6 from 6 as casually as you like, and a 30-point buffer now on their side as Williams dances between 2. Plenty of players in support. One of them is Josh Smith, and Smith will race in for a 7th Warrington try. Pressure all the way from Connor Barley, but it is grounded by the Warrington Wolves centre. And right as the half-time hooter sounds here at the Halliwell Jones, it is Warrington who bring up a 40 points to 6 lead over Goole with a kick to come. And once again, Brett, I think that's just the Warrington quality time, because up until that break from Williams, Goole had done really well to keep Warrington within sort of their own 20-30 metre line.
Yeah, I think you can see what Jack Miller trying to do there, just to get it into touch and probably wind the clock down a little bit and just give Warrington the one opportunity. But obviously George Williams had different plans there. They've shifted it out wide to him. He's found a little bit of room there and broke through, and obviously fed Josh Smith there, who's galloped away.
Afternoon, which he nails to make it 42 points to 6. So Josh Thewlis gets the second period underway. No shot kickoffs from his boot, and it's taken there by Guzdeck, who stumbles. Try and a try assist for Danny Walker, who is on the ball once again, hands it on short to James Harrison, who is just about able to get the ball down. Tara Jones giving the try, so Warrington straight out of the traps. 2.5 minutes into this second half, and once again pressure on the goal line telling, and Harrison just too big to keep out there, Brett.
Yeah, just a big man on a little man over the line, and James Harrison is clearly the big man and the winner there. Just a simple one-out carry, just goes over the top. I think it was Jubb there, and a simple try for him, but I think it all comes back from the kick there. It put ourselves in a difficult position on that right hand side. A tough kick. Thewlis returns it really well, and then puts himself in a really good position.
And it's Walker again out of 9 once again, obviously stepping out and just giving Harrison the space he needs, because at the moment he's sort of got this goal defence on strings a little bit, hasn't he?
Forward, and yeah, looking smart as a young lad.
So Irwin adds the 2 to bring Warrington to a 48 points to 6. Straight through that gap there, hands it on to the debutant, who is over for a first try in Warrington colours. Lachlan Webster looked as if he'd been wrapped up by the sliding cover defence from Goole there, but stepping back on the inside and sliding over from close range to bring up 50. Warrington now leading 52 points to 6, and we mentioned that Warrington's left side attack has really been sort of the main avenue in that first half, Brett, but coming to the right hand side, Hopawati breaking clean through, and then a great finish from the debutant Webster.
Yeah, I think now with George Williams going off, I think Irwin will probably be the more dominant half and the louder voice, and probably coming to the strike edge now with Hopawati. So Yeah, nice play from him. Shrugged Miller off and doing in defence, and I think that might give him a little opportunity. I think Halliday's coming on here now as well, so he replaces Jalen Hodgson.
So last tackle coming up as Joe goes to the blind side. A kick in behind. Can Howlett get his second? He does. Cooper Howlett dotting down in the corner. The kick in behind from Callum Rutland, and once again, following those two Warrington tries, it is Goole really opening up the wire defence, and another impressive try from Cooper Howlett, Brett.
Yeah, much better set there from Goole, obviously. Put a nice little shift play, came back to the middle. Callum Rutland sets up on the right hand side on that short side. Lovely little kick in there, and Cooper Howlett gets on the end of it. Just shows what they can do when they get themselves in the right areas and give themselves a bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, we mentioned in the first half as well, Brett, obviously so many unforced errors.
And a great read there coming from, I think, Callum Rutland coming in.
Yeah, chopping the legs of James Bentley, but Hartill wasting no time whatsoever, going straight from dummy half and crashing his way over, so spotting the space in behind the Goole ruck there, and Ben Hartill, so impressive. We've seen already Danny Walker really make an impact in the first half, but Ben Hartill dotting down for his own try there, and just mentioned there, Brett, the energy in defence, but Goole just slipping in behind the ruck there, and Hartill fully able to exploit it.
Just way too quick. The markers weren't set. A great spot there from Ben, and gets out there, and a nice easy try for there, like you say, when you're looking back at the footage there. A decent enough tackle there from although it being early, I think probably they've got a decent little relationship there as Ben Hartill and Irwin from the academy and reserves.
Should he wish to use them, and he does. Back to Harrison, who hands it on to Hayes. Hayes looking to go himself and steps straight through, giving the Goole defence a clean pair of heels. Leon Hayes, too quick and too skillful, skipping his way past, and he dots down under the 6 for an 11th Warrington try in this match, making it 64-10, and it looked all set to go to that left-hand side once again there, Brett, but Leon Hayes just sort of ducking and weaving his way through the defence, as Josh Thulis did right at the start of the match.
Yeah, great feet there from Thulis. Nice little play there from Harrison out the back. Hayes gets the ball, squares up.
Whatsoever.
Yeah, he does. They've got some very good young players. We're getting some great exposure now and getting some good minutes in them. Really
step his way through and does just that. Ewan Irwin skipping through the defence. We've just seen Hayes do it on the left, and now Irwin makes light work of the Goole defence down this right hand side, as Warrington do make it 70 points to 10 here at the Halliwell Johnson. We've spoken, Brett, of Irwin's growing influence on this match, and still just in his very, very young years coming into the Warrington side, but already really making a stamp on this game, and now getting a try following all those successful kicks too.
Yeah, he's been very good as Irwin. He's certainly up there with one of the sort of potential players of the matches. He's controlled this game second half very, very well. You can tell he's just growing in stature as the game grows, and that play there, just from off a scrum, off a dead start, gets the ball off a wide pass from young Ben Hartill, squares up, steps inside, and just had too much pace with that. I think Thulis has sat out the back and pushed him around, worked very, very well, and yeah, look, they've got some very good young kids.
On his Warrington debut, it comes out left to Hayes. Once again, they've got plenty of numbers out on this left-hand side, and it will be Jake Thulis to dot down in the corner. Set up once again by his brother Josh out the back for Warrington, and they will make it 76 points to 10 with a kick to come as we head towards the last 5 minutes of this match. But once again there, Brett, we see Goole building some good field position at the other end of the pitch, but a mistake, and then Warrington absolutely lethal coming back as we're heading towards the last 5 minutes here.
Yeah, it's just that inability to be able to back up the errors, and Hartill have come on and stepped it up a little bit, if I'm honest. Their enthusiasm, the energy.
Halliwell Jones Stadium, Warrington Wolves coming away with a very comfortable 78 points to 10 victory, but that does not tell the whole story.